camera ain't working. Yes, you are the place of stones. You are first. There we are. I don't know what was his problem. But I'ma change something really quick. All right, let's try this one more time. There we go. All right, there we are. Okay, so I feel like I have to say this first and foremost before we get started. Let me, here we go. It's much better. Okay, first and foremost, I have to say this first before we get started, that today is March 1st, 2022, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If I would say that this is a live broadcast on that date, and if you're viewing this after that time and date, I won't be answering you live on this video. I didn't think I needed to say that, but yeah, I had received a bunch of messages, or like I would say comments on this video or on another live that I did last week, and there was a couple people who were able to see it a little bit after we shut everything down, and they were commenting, they were like answering the questions that I was saying in the video, and then they were getting very irate because I wasn't answering them live on camera. And this is like about 2-3 hours after the live broadcast, and it says it all in the title of it and everything, but they were very irate with me, and so I had to tell them this was a live broadcast about a couple hours ago. So read the fine print. If you are tuning in after March 1st, 2022, after 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and you're just now viewing this video, I am not live. That's all I can say. So with that out of the way, boom, boom, boom. My name is Marie. I like to make things, and I also like to turn around and show you how I made those things. Welcome to my live. Yay! So first things first, I want to show you guys a new hoodie that I got. I drew this hoodie and I made it look pixelated, like she's in a video game, and it's like kind of a crop. It's a short hoodie, and this is what it looks like, and this is on my website. Let me turn off to the side a little bit so it can stop shining on it. Look at her lips right here. Look at her lips. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love it. Hi Zor, how are you? So, new hoodies. Yeah. So, yeah, I try to put things, you're right, a place of stones. Yeah, I tried to put everything in bold caps, but I think that reading is not something that people do like easily. That's why it's YouTube. It's like I don't want to read anything. I want to watch because it's a video. I understand, but at the same time, at this point you gotta read, because then the person was like, oh shoot, I'm really sorry that I got so irate, and I'm like, yeah, you got to get all the information first before you start losing your stuff, losing your marbles, as I like to say. So let me show you something else. All right, on my table here, you'll see a series of beads and tools. Now, I went to Capital, I think it's called Capital City Beads because it says it in words. See, here we go. Here we go with the words. You gotta read words, okay? Capital City Beads. So I went a little crazy. This is just a little bit of the beads that I got. I got these two greens. You got a muted green and a very bright. I love them so much. And then they had a bunch of like leftover beads. It's called leftover mixes that they have, and so I got a couple of those. That, and you can see the price on them, how much it is. Pretty cheap. I love them. So for this project, because it's supposed to be, we're supposed to be making today beaded hoops. This is later going to be a tutorial. I'm just playing around with it right now, and then I'll do it in an official tutorial video. Yeah. So I just was gathering a bunch of beads and stuff just to see what will work for this project. I found these. I have these in the I believe I have them in the, yes girl, thank you. I drew this design, oh my goodness, I drew this design a couple years ago, and then I was looking for new designs for my hoodies and my t-shirts, and I was like, oh, that looks really cool. Why don't I put that on a hoodie? Yeah. I just need to get all my artwork together and really push a little bit further. But see, here's the thing right now. No matter how many times I am so comfortable getting live, I look like I'm comfortable, I know what I'm doing, and I'm good to go. I'm gonna put this, okay. I'm good to go and all that stuff. No matter how many times I get live and I'm like, yeah, I'm used to this, I can do this all the time and I'm comfortable, I still have sweaty pits. So we're gonna take this hoodie off. It's cute, but it's hot. It's hot. Yeah. Then we can look at it a little bit closer. So yeah. I love this hoodie so much. I just got it yesterday and I was like, yay, I can't wait to wear it, but it's hot. It's hot, and sometimes I get nervous. I still get nervous. I still get sweaty pits. I still get sweaty palms and all that stuff, but you know, natural stuff. Okay, so I gathered all my beads. So these are my Capital City beads. I just left them here because I just wanted to show you guys. You need to go there. They're not sponsoring this video. I just like them a lot. I just love their Instagram and all that stuff. And then I went to Michael's and I got these 𝕠𝕠𝕠𝕠 beads. These are not seed beads, but they are beads. And I believe I want to say these are, I want to say they're 6-0. Here's the thing. I'm going to do a video. I'm going to do all this research because I'm terrible at beads. And I said it in one of my videos just recently. And I want to do some research on beads. When somebody goes and they're like, what beads can I use for this? And you know, how big are these? Oh, these beads are really, really tiny. I'm going to do research. Like for instance, these are like really, really tiny seed beads. They're blown out, but they're really tiny seed beads. These are 11/0. So they're very, very tiny seed beads. Then there is 6/0, and I believe this is what these beads are. I used to call them e-beads. So maybe these are e-beads. I don't know. I call them e-beads. So I think I might be using these today. But I got these two colors. I got this very vibrant royal blue that's just off the chains. I love it. But I think I'm going to use these. And hopefully the way these are set up is that they're on separate strands instead of one big strand. And I hope I'm not causing a ruckus if I'm going to take them off of here. I don't like this situation. I don't like this. I feel like there's going to be a bunch of beads that are going to skitter across my table, and I'm not really a fan of it. You notice how I look over my glasses at stuff? Yeah. This is why I can't wear contacts. I'm just afraid that this is going to be a problem. So I want to do a video not only on, oh, I did say that because I was terrible with beads. I'm like 3mm beads, or is this 8mm, 6 to 8? I know it's 6 to 8mm beads that we're using for, you know, some of the things. Yeah. I do love these coral beads. I really want to use this. I really do. What was the comment about that? Yeah, that's what I want. I want to see a bunch of, because my hair isn't long, but you know, I don't always have my hair out. In fact, I hate having my hair out. I really do. I don't really like to have it out. But since I washed it yesterday, it's like, you might as well. I don't even know how this is put together. Okay. Okay. I'm seeing. Oh God. Okay. You saw me just have a panic attack because I was like, there's going to be beads everywhere. So how they have it set up here is they have, I'm going to be gentle though, just because I dodged a bullet. That does not mean that everything is fine and dandy. They're all separate, so that's helpful. So I'm going to take one of those and drop it in a bowl. Lord, y'all almost saw a mess. So another thing, I use these capital city beads on this pair of earrings. Just a simple little, I don't know, really cute little dangle. Sea beads, yeah. Oh, these aren't sea beads though. These coral ones, these aren't sea beads. These, because if you look at it, let's lay it next to each other, and I'm going to put it on the camera here. So if you see these beads right here, these green beads are sea beads. Definitely, I will call them sea beads. And on the package, it says 11O. So it's the same as these little white beads that I have. So 11O to me is like seed beads. Those are like really, really tiny, tiny beads. So, and these right here are bigger. So I call them E beads, and I think they are 6/O. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like when I'm searching for regular E beads, they call them E beads. The letter E. They are 6/O. Really, really, really thinking that's the case. And they don't say it on here. It doesn't say it on this package at all. It just says glass beads. So just so you know, if you go to Michael's and you get this, that is how they're going to be set up. They're going to be separate, and they're not, you know, on one big long strand. Thank goodness, because I'm not a fan. I wouldn't be a fan of that. I bought some chain that was like that, and it's just one big continuously long pile. Here it is. Big pile of, and I hate the way this is set up because it looks like it's separate strands, but it's actually not. It's like one big strand, and if you keep messing with it, it's going to be a long knot, and I hate the way that this is set up. They need to focus more on packaging. But anyway, so these are set up pretty awesome. So you could just pop these, cut it, and just let them fall into the bowl. Yay, that's beautiful. So, ooh, I'm behind on, sorry. I know. It would be very nice if they put the name on the packaging, but sometimes they don't. So I don't know why they don't do that. So, yeah. Sorry, I'm reading comments, sorry. Yeah, so I say that these are E beads, not C beads, because C beads are not exactly like real seeds, but they're really tiny. So I know that those are going to be very, very tiny. Now, what I did was ahead of time, I had made these hoops. Now, to make these hoops, I took this container of glitter that I never am going to use ever. I might even give it away because I'm never going to use this. Do you like it? I mean, it's really sparkly and pretty and all that stuff. I just want to make sure it's closed because I cannot have glitter just falling all over everything, because I will shut this 𝕤𝕤𝕤 down and just, yeah, all heck will break loose if I spilled this. So I use this container as a guide to do this hoop. So I just took it. I took my ears, just so you know, you guys, my ears were stretched a couple years ago. I used to have gauges in my ears, and I was at like a 00. And so my ears are stretched out. So I use a 16 gauge. They've since shrunken up a little bit, not too much. So I use a 16 gauge for my earring wire and to go in my hole of my ear. And I wouldn't suggest that for you guys. I would say like a 20 gauge will work best, because this is a 20 gauge. And if you can get, you know, earring wire, usually I always suggest to people like a 20 gauge or 22. 20 gauge or 22 gauge for earring wire, anything like that. So that's going to be coming up next soon. I would say it's March. So I would say like the middle of March, I'm going to be doing, I'm calling it the ultimate. It's going to be ultimate. I heard beeping. Hold on a second. Does it sound like, because it beeps when someone comes in my house? Hopefully I don't have an intruder in my house. So I'm calling the video my ultimate wire video, okay? The ultimate wire video is going to be all the wire that I own, all the wire that I use, and all the wire I do not use, and all the wire I do not suggest you use. And not only is it going to be all my wire, I'm going to tell you what each one of those wires are used for. So so yeah, everything. And my problem is I like the way gold looks with everything. So a lot of my wire you're gonna see is gold. I do have some silver. I do have some real silver. I even have some real looking silver. Everything from aluminum to copper to stainless steel, gold, like real gold, and gold copper, all different colors. I have all these. I have a literal box, and I'll show you the box in that video of all my wire. So I can't wait to do that video, because people always ask me in like other videos, they're like, well, what wire should I use for da 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 da? And I want to be able to send them over to a video that I already made. So I really need to do that. It's very important, imperative. Okay. So I went and I made some these hoop earrings. You literally, all you have to do, it's crazy, is you just bend up this little part right here. You just bend it up, wrap it around something. I wrapped it around this, and then I just shaped as I went. Then at the end, I bent the end right here. And when I bent the end, I made it so that you can go in, you can, if I can get my camera to focus, you go in at the bottom and it pops it in. But if you push it this way, it won't come out. So I have it all, hello, L. It just says L. Hi, Marie. That's all it says. Hi, L. So I make it so that this is pushed, this is squished with enough space where you could just pop the end in but it won't come out unless you just push down on it. So that's the only thing I'll suggest. This is going to be in the video. I'm going to show you from start to finish. And I took my steel block and a hammer and I smashed it down because it just looks better. Okay, I like to make noise and it just looks better. Sometimes things just look better that way. It's hard to see it on camera, but it's got this nice little flat look to it. And if you look at it from the side, it gives you also more space to work with when you're wrapping it. Then I took some, these are the earrings that I'm wearing today. I'm gonna take them out real quick. And I made these using they're called 𝐒𝐔𝐏𝐏𝐋𝐈𝐄𝐒 beads, �11O beads. They're really, really tiny ones. And oh, and I also noticed, you notice this right here? This actually shows you what the hole looks like on these. I mean, I don't know if we really need that, but it's on there. So they call it 𝐒𝐔𝐏𝐏𝐋𝐈𝐄𝐒 beads or 𝐒𝐔𝐏𝐿 beads. They're very tiny. And so I wire wrapped all the way around a handmade hoop, okay? And how I did it was basically taking some 24 gauge wire, which is usually used for wrapping beads, and I just wrapped it. And then I went a little crazy. You see these right here? This is a video that's coming out not next week. Oh wait, yeah, it's coming out. I'm trying to get my dates right. It's coming out in 2 weeks. So I already have this video recorded and I made these earrings on it from start to finish, how I made the shape, how I closed it, and I even taught again how to make earring wire. So everyone always asks that. Sometimes I send them back to another video, but sometimes I put it in a video. So I got my wire that I just cut. Did I cut the wire? We don't know because I don't see it. Okay. So I got a piece of 24 gauge. It's very thin. Keep in mind that this is very thin. And I just took the end of it and I just wrapped it around. I just wanted to do this live because this is going to be a video that's coming out just before my wire video, my ultimate wire video. And I'm gonna talk just like that in the whole tutorial. Ultimate wire. But anyway, and that's it. You just wrap it around. I also brought up different tools that you can use because this wire is so crazy thin. Yeah, I tried it. It was suggested in a live. I don't remember who exactly suggested it in a live. Said, ooh, what would happen if you wrapped beads around, you know, one of your earrings or a pair of earrings or a shape? And I was like, oh, well, I have a shape. And I just grabbed a pair of earrings that I had laying around. And I just started wrapping it around. And I was shocked. Oh my goodness. And then I said, okay, we're going to have to put this in an official video. So I just did it once. And then I just went and I found a bunch of beads that I said, ooh, they'll be perfect. But I have not used beads or 6/0. I don't even know how they say it because no one ever talks about the beads. They just say, here's the beads, and they just work with them. And that's all. And it just, like, already just sitting here, I have 2 beads on here. Like, it's just that easy. And I'll go turn on my Dateline, and I just, sometimes I'm looking at it, sometimes I'm not really looking at it at all. But yeah. So I am trying to get down to the basics of wire wrapping in the way where finding out why people use these certain products, why they use the products, and how to use those products. So I'm trying to get to the basics instead of just like, oh, I have a project, let's do this project. And people are like, well, what if I want to do it with smaller beads? Or what if I want to do it with smaller wire? And, you know, so it's like, okay, I feel like I need to do something that's like basic. So yeah, so I don't know. I think that if I start from the basics, it'd be good, because just like with all my other videos, when it comes to the ring videos, what happens is people are starting to be like, well, what wire would you use for that, and what size would it be? And so I'm like, yeah, I really kind of think I should do a wire video. I just want to see. Yeah, these are going to be cute. I like these. And I made these hoops a little bit bigger than the hoops that I have in my ear. And another reason why I smash it, and I've told you guys this before, the reason why I smashed them down, you see I'm being nosy, right? My window's open, I'm hearing noises, I'm being nosy. Like, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? What your dog doing? Still being nosy, but I'm trying to give an excuse for it. But I had with my wire for my rings, I use different wire for my rings. It depends on what it is. It depends on if you're making a ring that's holding on one bead, I will do 16 gauge. If you're doing a ring that's holding on seed beads, I will do 24 gauge because it's smaller. And another thing a lot of people don't understand is that the bigger the number, the smaller the wire. The smaller the number, the bigger the wire. It's just how science is. So a lot of people don't know that. So you have to explain that to them. So I'm thinking I might explain it. Yep. 22. Think about the 22 gauge wire, using it to thread the beads. It depends on what kind of beads you're using. So if you're using seed beads, I would do 24 because the wire is thinner. 22, it's like, I think would fit just fine on a 22. Do I have 22? I don't think I have 22 here, but 22 would be good for E beads. So if you're using E beads, 6/0 beads, that would be good for 22 wire. Hey, I got a bunch of 22 gauge wire in a basket of stuff given to me. I didn't know what to do with it. Thanks. You're welcome. Yeah. So 22 gauge is perfect. I think 22 gauge would be good for earring wire. It's definitely possible because 20 gauge, to me, it keeps its shape. So 22 gauge will be a little bit like softer, but I think it will hold. I think it will hold just fine. Because if you have like really small ear holes, then I would say that would be a good choice in what you can use that for. And you don't have to buy earring wire, just like what I said in my video. You don't have to buy earring wire. You have the wire sitting right there. You can just make your own earring wire. Like, I have this earring wire that's in my, I also have like, it's called I call it my excuse me, my findings container. I got this from like a hardware store probably. And so I have all my jump rings in here. I have my posts and stuff like that. like what I used to make these earrings right here. So I used this thing right here. I'm like drawing a blank as to what it is. What is this, you guys? I'm drawing a blank. Literally drawing a blank. Head pins. It's a head pin. And so I got them in different sizes. And I have earring wire here, but I never use it. If I use it, I mean, I really should throw them out because they are, it's not real wire, and so it can make somebody break out. So I can't really sell jewelry with that on there anyway. And I can't even use it for my ears because my ears are too big. So I probably am going to just throw that out. So I have a couple like that. I never even use them. Never use them because I know how to make earring wire on my own. So I shouldn't have bought it to begin with. But here we are. So yeah. So you guys, I put a video out today. I don't remember what it was. I don't remember. Oh, it was a braided. It was the, yes, head pin. I figured it out. Sometimes my brain just stops working and it just says loading. There's like, you know, that circle. I call it the circle of death. Sometimes, like when something's loading, I call it the circle of death because that means it's not going to work. So I get that sometimes with my brain. It's a little slow. You know, but then when you're in a regular video, you could just cut all that out, but not live. You get it all. Brain freezes and brain farts and all that stuff. Yeah, I only use head pins. I haven't used a head pin in years. So I use a head pin for this part that's strung on the seed beads. Now, the only thing about this is that when I did use this, braided rings, when I did use this head pin to string on these seed beads, I can only get some of the seed beads on. So they were just so small, and it just so happened that some of them on the seed beads had really bigger holes. So that helped out, but 9 times out of 10, I was shocked that I was able to get this many beads onto the head pin. So this is really perfect. Head pins are really good for E-beads, E-beads or bigger 6/0. And the reason why I keep saying 6/0 is because seed beads sound very similar to E-beads. So I keep clarifying what I'm actually saying. Yeah, and you can also use it. They usually use head pins for like bigger beads. So, you know, I don't have any bigger beads, but yeah, for like bigger regular beads like this one. So you can just like put a head pin on it, and then you got to make sure that the hole is not too big, that it slips right through. But other than that, head pins are pretty awesome. I should use them more often. So I went to Michael's. I don't know if you guys heard that I was holding up that line, bro. I had coupons coming out my ears. I had so much stuff. I literally, in this cart, and it was crazy. Yes, brain farts are the worst. So in my cart, it was funny because the lady behind the counter was like, what? You got a weird mishmash of stuff. I had the head pins because they were having a sale as buy one get one free, I believe, at least at my Michael's. And I had beads, head pins, and then I had fabric because I don't know if you guys are aware, my husband thought it was a great idea to buy me a tufting gun. So I have a tufting gun. If you haven't heard about tufting, look it up. Tufting is how you make rugs. So you can take and use regular yarn, which I seem to have a surplus of regular yarn, and you can take regular yarn and you can tuft it using this gun. So he got me a really expensive one where it does loop pile and cut pile. So if you look it up, look up to see the difference between a loop pile and a cut pile. So I got a bunch of yarn. I got a bunch of tufting fabric for rugs. Clay. They were having a sale on clay. So I got a bunch of stuff. And I only do it once a month. I do not do it every single day. So it was a while since I've been in Michael's. And if I do Michael's, I'll do it online. So, yeah. I mean, the thing about plaited wire though that I found is that over time, those wires, that plaited material, as soon as you bend it, if it's like a thick wire of some sort, and sometimes if you bend it, that plate literally pops right off, the plating. Like you'll have pieces of gold. I've heard you can seal it, but I haven't sealed plated jewelry in a while. And people do it with like nail polish, like clear nail polish or something like that. But I haven't done that. And the reason why I don't have it on hand is because I sell earrings. So I can't be having that plated stuff. Somebody's going to break out and they're going to be like coming for me, and I don't want that to happen to me. So I try to stay away from the plated. If I'm going to use earring wire, if I'm doing earring wire, I usually use gold. I use gold or silver, not plated. It's like real silver. And earring wire, if you do it enough, there's less of a possibility of you wasting it. So if you're like, oh, I don't want to get real gold because I'm afraid that I'm going to be playing around with it and I'm just wasting it, get practice first with the plated stuff, and then use your real gold stuff and your real silver. So I had it sitting for a while, my wire, my real gold wire, my real silver wire. And yeah, until I can get practice enough where I know I'm not going to be wasting anything. And I know somebody who can melt down, or I can melt it myself, but I haven't even used the wire just yet. What is this? Okay, this is thicker wire. Sometimes I want you guys to get to the point when it comes to using your wire, you can be able to pick up the wire. Like I know that this might be 22 gauge. This might be 22 gauge wire. So, you know, you can feel it. I'm like, yeah, that's not 22. This is not 24 gauge. It's thin, but I can tell that this is 22. Because if you feel the 24 gauge, like you could feel it, it's really thin, it's very pliable, and you have to be really careful. I even have 30 gauge. I don't know what I was using 30 gauge for my pins. You know how my brooches and stuff for my my brooch videos. So I was using 30 gauge wire, which is really super thin, very super touchy, and you gotta be, it's very, very delicate, and you gotta be careful with it. So I want to be able to, and I'm getting to that point where I can just pick up a piece of wire and be like, oh, that's a good piece of 24 gauge wire, and then just go on with my life. You know what I mean? So I'm getting there. But that comes from using wire so often that you can't deny what wire that is. So the video that I'm doing for this hoop, or actually, did I do it? Yeah, no, I did. I did a video for this leaf earring, and I tell you different things that you can use, like these pliers right here. You can look at them. They don't really do anything. They're like, you see how it's just plates, these little nylon plates. I don't know if I told you guys this. Hello, new subscriber. If you're here, welcome. If you're here in the chat, welcome, or say hi. And I just take this, if I course you're working with 24 gauge wire, it's very delicate. And if you feel that it has a little bend in it, these things are awesome. You could just go take it, put it right on the wire and just go zoop, and it straightens it out, takes the kink out of it, and you can keep going without wasting your wire. I love those pliers. I love having them on hand. And supposedly, yep, I don't know, mine is a little loose. Yeah, the screw is a little loose. You can replace the nylon plates that are on there. So I have some extras just lying around that I put on here because over time they break down. These are not pliers that you would use for anything other than straightening out your wire. So I love these things. But yeah, yep. Do place the stones. I wish I knew your name, but if you go practice, and then if you practice, then you wouldn't have any issues using real gold, real silver, and all that without feeling like, oh no, I'm gonna waste this gold, I'm gonna waste this silver. So I'm at that point now. For the most part, I love working with copper because I love the way it feels and it doesn't break me out or anything. So if I'm working on personally, I would just use my copper wire. And for the most part, it's just really easy to work with. Like this whole thing is copper. The 24 gauge and the 20 that I'm using. I think this is 20 or 18. I think this is 18 and then this is 20. Yep. So this is 18. So it's a little bit thicker. Not very much, but yeah. I'm getting to the point where I can tell the difference of what things are. Now there's certain things, like I got this wire here. I don't know what this is. I bought it on Amazon and I think it's just it looks like it might be copper. It wasn't expensive, so I know that it's not gold. But it's like a weird braided rope wire. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna look it up and I'll put it in the description box. But yeah, this too, I want to make some hoops out of these because look at it. Look at this hoop right here. Ooh, that's nice. And it's tough. It feels like braided steel. It's pretty thick and tough. Oh yeah, definitely. I don't use it to like squish down I don't use it to squish down like jump rings or anything like that. And another thing, you guys, just like I said that you can make your own earring wire, you can also make your own jump rings. I mean, come on. Like, to buy jump rings, that's just you taking a shortcut. But you can make jump rings really, really easy. Get yourself I have like 2 or 3 of them. They are jump ring mandrels, just like a ring mandrel, but they're jump ring mandrels, and they have them all different sizes. You just wrap the wire in that size multiple times, and then you just cut it, and you have like multiple jump rings in like 2 minutes flat. So yeah, I'm kind of also trying to get you guys to save money, so you're not going to Michael's and like buying up the whole store unless you need it. Like clay, you can't make clay, you can't make wire. So this one was wrapped a little weird. I wrapped this a little weird. So if you wrapped it a little weird, take it off, use your nylon pliers, straighten it out, pull a little tighter, and move on. All right, there we go. These are gonna be cute. All right. So do you guys have any questions? But yeah, I am definitely trying to work with new ones in the jewelry department and just get them. Sometimes I can even like just do one side, but look at so far. Oops. Yeah, I love these a lot. I'll post a picture tonight here and on Instagram. There's a lot of people who are here who aren't on Instagram. Oh, those are bead. Who aren't on Instagram, but I love Instagram. I found a lot of really awesome peeps on Instagram that help me. It's almost like, to me, sometimes if you follow all the right people, if they're like, if it's all crochet or it's all jewelry making or whatever, you can follow just a bunch of jewelry makers. And I love that. Keep it all clean. Wait, which way was I going? I think I was going this way. So I do this wire wrapping. I do it while I usually do it while I'm watching like Dateline with Keith Morrison. I love him. He cracks me up because I think Dateline just lets him, they just let him just talk. He don't be making any sense, but it fits. But I love Keith. What? Oh no, keep talking. Hi Arlen, how are you? I miss your face. So yeah, making jump rings, it's like a lot of, sometimes if I go and I'm like, I have a project that's going to be a lot of jump rings and I just don't feel like making them, I would take and just buy some. But for the most part, I'm taking my 20, I think it's 20, I use 20 gauge or I use like 16 gauge, which is a little bit, which is bigger. And I will make my jump rings. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy easy. Ah, I found it. So this is the tool that I use to make my jump rings. This is what it looks like. So they have different sizes. If I want to make big ones, I can wrap it around a couple times on the bottom. Just wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around, pull it off, and it's just cut down and you got like tons of jump rings that come out of there. I love this tool. This tool is very helpful if you are trying to make jump rings. And you can use it to like make loops. And I also use this tool if you guys so if you guys are like following my lock journey, I make lock jewelry also. And so I use this to make the coils because a lot of lock jewelry is all about coils of the wire. And so I've been using this tool to make those. Do I have any up here? Okay, I don't have any lock jewelry up here. I took all my lock jewelry out because I washed my hair yesterday. I don't like to wash my lock jewelry. And for my lock jewelry, I use real gold. I didn't put that in my video, but I use real gold to do that because I don't want it to be leaving little particles in my hair, because that is not cool. That's weird. I want that to be stuck in my hair forever. So okay, I really like this project because you can see really quickly that you have beads around the edge here. Need some water. I like to stay hydrated and mind my own business. That's what I like to do. Again, you guys, this video this video is happening at 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. ish. How is it? 4 p.m. ish Eastern Standard Time on March 1st, 2022. And if you are here after that date and time, then it is not live. So I have to keep saying that. I didn't say it at the halfway mark because I felt like, why am I saying this? But you have to. You have to, because people were really thinking it was live. They were like, it was funny. I'm sorry if you're here and you were watching it and you thought it was live. They were like, why aren't you answering me? Why are you ignoring me? And I was like, not knowing that this was happening, because there was this window. There's this window just before, just after I went live. There's this window where I can't access the video. I can't touch it. I don't get any notifications or anything. It just shuts down because it's being uploaded to YouTube's database. So it takes a bit of time before I start getting notifications. So it did seem like, oh my goodness, she's just ignoring these people. And that is not what was happening. But they were mad at me. And I was like, well, this is not happening right now. I am in the bed. It is like 7, 8. No, I don't go to bed at like 8. I don't know why I said 7 or 8, but it was about like 10 o'clock at night, and this person's like, why are you ignoring me? And I was starting to get the notification. I was like, oh Lord, what is this person? They are mad at me. Yeah. So I like to bring that up to make sure this is not live after 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yay. So is everybody here? Are you guys on Instagram? I got a stink bug in here. Delightful. I think I have, oh, there he is. As long as you ain't bothering me, I'm not gonna bother you, little dude. You just stay your butt over there. So are you guys on Instagram? Any of you guys? So far? So I'm gonna head out soon, you guys. But I am going to post here. I need to post here more often. Like almost like the same things that I post on Instagram, because a lot of you guys are not on Instagram. And I always forget that point, that you guys are not on Instagram. So you don't see my crazy posts that I put on there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I really need to start posting here just the same, so that you guys can see it too. But I don't know if you guys know that, you know, my members, my group, my Martian Creations members that are actually members here on YouTube, they get exclusive footage. So they actually get exclusive footage and exclusive posts. So that's another thing. So of course those people get priority answers. So sometimes when I'm on Instagram and I get, or on YouTube and I get notifications for comments and stuff, it's a lot, because literally on a regular day on YouTube, my notifications are in the hundreds now. So they're in the hundreds. So it's hard for me to stop what I'm doing and then answer it. My husband thinks I need to have a helper, but I'm like, nah, no, I can do it, but I really can't. So I'm kind of thinking I might need to have a helper to to answer these notifications, because it's in the hundreds. We're not talking about 100. We're talking about 300 a day, 300 a day. So it's a lot to, you know, get it all answered. And sometimes I just don't. But if somebody is a member and it comes up and it like the notification says member, YouTube member, ask the question, then I'm like, okay, I stop everything I'm doing, I drop it, and I'm like, these are my peeps, I gotta answer them. Or of course, if it's like Arlen or Hustler, I would answer them. Place of Stone, I would answer them. I'll try. So yeah, so they get priority replies. So I stop everything I'm doing because it gives me a special notification. If anybody is a member, I get a special notification just for them. So then here's the thing. When you're ending this, you have to be careful because you need to have room for your ear to go. So I'm giving myself a little bit of space because we're ending this earring. Boom. So I'm going to end it here. Yeah. And I'm going to take my chain nose and squish it down using my eyeballs. And so I left myself a little bit of space because that's what's supposed to be going in my ear. Here we go. So I left myself a little bit of space so that my ear has somewhere to sit. So it's not sitting on beads. So there it is. It's so cute. Let me take this out. Yeah, a place of stones. Yeah, I'm trying to post more here just for you guys, because sometimes people are exclusively on YouTube. They love YouTube. They love the place here. Yeah, everybody and their mama uses it, but you know what? They use it for a reason, because it actually works. The algorithm from Instagram is amazing. Like, shockingly amazing. Like, if I go and I do a reel, if you guys are familiar with Instagram, you know, reels are not just TikTok dances and stuff like that. Sometimes it is, but mostly it's just all sound bites and stuff. And the algorithm, like, literally I have 12.8K on Instagram. Now, I've been at 12.8K for a while, so it hasn't gone up or down. But no, actually I was 12.5. And so it hasn't gone up or down at 12.5, and it stayed like that for a while. Then I said, okay, I'm gonna get on board, and I'm gonna start doing Instagram Reels. Which, by the way, if you guys don't know this, Instagram Reels also not only just go on Instagram, they actually can be it's your choice. It can also be shared on Facebook also, because they're connected. They're a connected company. So my stuff gets shared on Instagram and Facebook. So if you guys don't know that, that's why you should do Reels. So since I've been doing Reels, it went up to 12.8 from 12.5 to 12.8, which is crazy. Like, how fast that happens. Like, literally my posts are being shared to about like 35K accounts. Like, literally just one reel. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And you can look at the insights of it. If you are a business or whatever, you can look at the insights of it, and I tell you what, it's crazy. Yeah, I mean, because they're big. Azul, they're big. So just like I told you, just like with YouTube, when I'm like here and I'm getting these notifications, it's really hard to keep track of them. It's so many. And I mean, I got this I got this notification today, right? Like, I got this one, and it actually came to my phone, which was like, what? And it's from Randy 𝕤𝕤𝕗𝐄𝐒. I'm going with that. Randy 𝕤𝕤𝐗𝐒. We're doing it. It says, I just can't say enough how amazing your energy and enthusiasm are. Thank you for your humble nature and playful style. Oh, plus the designs are always great with great instructions. Love from Hawaii. Like I love those comments. I love to be able to answer every single one, and it's so hard because I'm like, when I got it, I was getting ready for this live, and so I was like, oh, and sometimes I tear. Sometimes I cry because I'm like, man, I work really hard, and when you get comments like that, it's like amazing. It bolsters you and keeps you going, because I really started this live and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go live. And then I got that comment and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. We're gonna go live, and I'm a professional. I know how to do. I'm not professional at all. I'm literally not very professional at all, but I tried to. I play one on YouTube TV. So, but anyway, this will be what I like to do too with my lives. Each one of the lives so far, I went back and I added the real tutorial to those videos so people don't get mad because they're like, you're not showing anything closely, you're not explaining it. I'm not explaining it because it's not a tutorial. Sorry. And I'm putting links to the actual official tutorials so that people have a place to go for the real instructions on how to do this, what I'm doing in my life. In my life, what I'm doing is I'm just practicing, okay? It's okay for us to practice sometimes, do it on video, talk to people at the same time. I'm from New York, so we talk, not over coffee with our dogs. Speaking about dogs, he's downstairs and he's in his bed because he's been a little active for some reason for these past couple days. And I'm like, dude, tone it down. You're too much of a dog. So yeah, I like to get on these lives and just practice to see if I can actually show it on camera, if I can get it up close and seeing if you can see stuff and what it looks like when I'm moving things around and how my camera reacts. Because sometimes I would do a tutorial, get ready to do a tutorial, and then my camera's like, no, you're not going to be able to show this to people. And I've done a couple tutorials and it just didn't work. There was a tutorial that or there was a live that I did and I was like, I can't even show this. I can't even do that. Yeah. Yeah. I say that in my videos, you know, if you're new here and you like to see me sometimes know what I'm talking about and sometimes not know what I'm talking about, that's what Martian Creations is about, because my whole life is like that. Like, don't know what I'm doing, but I'm gonna paint the whole house blue, you know, like but I do it, you know. So I'm constantly always trying to figure out things. Yeah, so like I'm trying to figure out again, because you guys know how it is when I get to the end of my lives. I don't know how to end them because I don't know how to say bye, because then I don't see you guys all week and I see you on the tutorials and stuff, like commenting, but I don't get to talk to you too much because I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta answer this. Oh yeah, I gotta answer this message. Oh, I found my piece of lock jewelry. So I use this little coiler to make it. So soon I'm going to be doing more lock jewelry. And you can even use it on your real hair if you just have braids or anything like that. So I'm going to be doing a lot of, instead of calling it lock jewelry, say hair jewelry. So I'm going to do a bunch of those soon. I always have everything all set up and ready to go for you guys. I have my schedules in play so that you guys know these videos are coming up. Okay, so the next video that you'll see me in that's coming next week is the beveled ring. So that was really fun to make. So I had that video ready to go, but it's not available until next week. And then after that will be this video right there. And so, like I said, you guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for talking in my chat, talking to each other. That's really awesome. I want to create a nice little community of people who make jewelry, or trying to make jewelry, or trying to learn to make jewelry, and then we can help each other out. So I thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this too late, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah. So if anything, I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh Lord, that's just how my world goes. I don't know what I'm doing, but anyway, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh, and be sure to like this video, you guys, before you leave. Okay, I love you. Bye.